Hey guys, welcome to Chapter 7, Lesson 5. Today we're going to be talking about addition and subtraction rules. So you can use a rule to write an equation. Now, we've been talking about expressions which don't have an equal sign. Equations do have an equal sign. And that describes a pattern between input and output. So how I like to visualize this is I put a 3 in and out came a 15. What happened to it? We've got two options. I could have added 12 or I could have multiplied by 5, right? And so when we look at an input, in went a number, out came a different number. We have to think about what happened to it when it went in. So we're going to use tables today to show input number, how the input numbers change in the same way each time, creating a new output number. So let's get started on some examples. Okay, let's look at example 1 here. Mr. Matthias is creating a table to show input numbers, how input numbers are changed. We need to write an equation. Look at that. Write an equation. Equations have equal signs that describe the pattern in the table. Complete the table. So here's what we're looking at. 2 plus what equals 9. So here's how I know it's adding. I can't count by 2s and hit 9, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I jump right over 9. So I know it's not going to be multiplying. I know I'm going to need to add. 2 plus what is 9? That'd be 7. Okay, let's check the next. In goes a 2. And then we added 7 when it was in, and out came a 9. Okay, in goes a 4, something happens to it, out comes 11. What happened to it? 4 plus 7. Okay, I'm noticing a pattern, but I'm not going to just buy it because the next one might be different. So let's check it. In goes a 6. What happens to it? Something happens to it, and out comes a 13. What happened to it? Did we add 7? Well, 6 and 6 makes 12, so that means 6 and 7 is going to make 13. So our rule, because we checked all of our input-output numbers, is add 7. So I'm going to continue that. My equation is going to be x, which look at, this says all of the inputs are called x. So my input x, we're going to add 7 to it, and then our answer is going to be a y. Let me show you what that looks like. So if I have my equation, x plus 7 equals y, I notice my next term that I need to put in is an 8. So instead of x, I'm going to plug in an 8 and do 8 plus 7 equals 15. So instead of my y, I noticed that became a 15, right? So again, instead of x, I'm going to put in my next term, which is 10. 10 plus 7 equals 17. So now instead of y, I'm going to put that 17 in there, my y. Lastly, 12. My last term I need to do is 12. Plus 7 is 19. And then I'm going to put 19 in the y column. Okay, look at this beautiful work. And I'm plugging in. Instead of an x there, I'm going to change it, right? Because that x is called a variable, which means change. We can change. We can put different numbers in there. And y is not the same variable because if I put an 8 in, I don't get an 8 out. So I had to use a different variable because that's going to be changing. So the equation that describes the pattern is x plus 7 equals y. All right, let's try another one. A pizza shop offers $3 off any order over $10. Use the rule and equation to find the next 4 output numbers. So, right, our rule is going to be subtracting 3 because all of our orders are over $10. We got 11, 12, 13, well, not 13, 14, 16, and 18. Okay? So we have our cost. Let's say our cost was I'm going to put it up here. C minus 3 equals D, right? Because we got a D here. Our output is D. So for C, the first one I input 11. I did 11 minus 3, and that is 8. So let's do it for our next term, 12. 12 minus 3 equals 9. So we're going to get $9. Okay, let's replace it with a 14. 14 minus 3 gives us $11. Okay, I know this is all down here too. Okay, so I don't know. I suppose you could fill it in. So next our term is 16. 16 minus 3 is $13. And instead of a C, we're replacing it with our next term, right? These are all C's. We can change the C that we're putting in there. We're putting in 18. 18 minus 3 is $15. Okay, so do you need to show your work on all this? Yes. Could you show it this way? Yeah, of course. 14, 16 minus 3 is 13, and 18 minus 3 is 15. Could you show it this way? Yes. Could you show it this way, rewriting the equation every time? Yeah, you could do that too. Okay, so the next four amounts are $9, $11, $13, and $15. What would be another pattern I see in this chart? I'm noticing all of the new values, the new terms we put in there, they're all odds. Okay, and also they are decreasing. So our pattern is decreasing. Decreasing pattern. And that's not really a sentence, so I don't need to put that. And odd terms. The ones place. The ones place has odd terms. So this is kind of interesting. Whoa, look at this. In goes an even number, out comes an odd number. If in goes an odd number, out comes an even number. That's a better thing to put down here. Let's erase this here. So that's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put if input is even, output is odd. I got to move all this guys up. If output is odd, input is odd, output is even. Whoa, that's crazy. That's our best one we've come up with yet. All right, let's look at our guided practice here. It says write an equation that describes the pattern. Then use the equation to find the next three output numbers. In goes a 5, out comes a 9. Our input, I noticed, is called A, and our output is called B. So if I input A, what happens to it to get B? Let's see. I notice from 5 to 9, I can't use multiplying because 5 times anything is not 9. So it must be adding. 5 plus 4 is 9. Let's see if that adding 4 is our rule. Is 9 plus 4 equal to 13? Yes, it is. Is 13 plus 4 equal to 17? Yeah, it is. So our equation is A plus 4 is equal to B, our output. So it says we're supposed to write an equation, so I'm going to put that over here. A plus 4 equals B. So I take my input, add 4, and it gives me my output, is all I'm saying there. So now I'm going to say, what if my input is 17 plus 4? I'm going to get an answer of 21. What if my input is 21 and then I add 4? My output is going to be 25. Now, do you have to show this work here on your own? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, so that's going to be 25. What if my input is 25 and I add 4 to it? My output is 29. Okay, so yes, make sure you're showing me this. I'm just changing my inputs to figure out what my outputs would be. Let's take a few more here. Here's practice. This must be on homework. Sorry if I did not write the page down. Write an equation, then use the equation to find the next 3 output numbers. Okay. Okay, I'm going from 2 to 27. Now, I notice if I count by 2s, I do not hit 27. So I know this is not going to be multiplying. It's got to be adding. And I know that 2 plus 25 is 27. Okay. Let's check it out for the next sequence here. 4 plus 25, is that equal to 29? Yeah. Okay, so our rule is add 25. So now I'm going to look at my input, A, and I need to add 25 to my input to get my output, B. Okay, so what if A, or my input, is 6 plus 25? I'm going to get 31. $31. Okay. What if I change my input A to 8? 8 plus 25. I would get $33. What if my input was 10 and I added 25 to it? My answer is going to be $35. Okay. So my equation here is A is my input. I need to add 25 to it, and that will give me my output, B. Now notice, this input is called S, and this output is called T. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. I'm going from 87 to 76. I notice it's decreasing, but not by a multiple, so I'm not dividing. So let's see, what is 87 minus 76? 11. Okay, so we subtracted 11 to get that. Let's see, our next input was 80, output was 69. Let's see, 80 minus 69. Okay, I can't do 0 minus 9. So I have to ungroup. 10 minus 9 is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. So again, we subtracted 11. Okay, so that's our rule, subtract 11. So our equation is going to be my input S minus 11 is going to give me my output T. Okay, so let's start changing our S's, our inputs, to figure out what T would be. 73 minus 11 equals 62. Okay, 62 is going to be my output, or my T. Let's input 66 minus 11. It's going to be 55. Right, because I'm taking away 110 and 1, be 55. Lastly, let's see what is 59 minus 11. 59 minus 11 is 48. 48. So our equation was S, just because this was S up here, told me my input is S, minus 11 is equal to T. All right, now that is all I have for you for today. I know this was probably a little longer, but it's something new, so I wanted to take extra time to explain and do more examples. So please make sure you're showing all of your work like I did, and Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.